Trying to figure out what I'm doing. Hi, Lelaine. So I'm just grabbing my link really quick. I keep forgetting to do that before I get into the thing. That's not it. Hmm. I hope everybody is doing well. That's what I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. Usually I'm here for 2 or 3 hours at the most. I might not be on here as long tonight because it's already midnight and I need to, you know. Um, I'm gonna say, and don't quote me because I will say I'll get off earlier and then most of the time I'm still here. But I would say maybe an hour and a half, but more than likely I might be on longer than that. Maybe. No problem. Trying to see if anybody else is coming in. There's usually not as many people whenever I'm offering like paid readings, so it'll probably be pretty slow or empty tonight. That's usually just the way it goes. But yeah, if anybody wants to talk about something that we can just like have a discussion on, we can do that until somebody gets a reading. You're welcome. Hmm. I guess what I can do is I will pull a card for all of us, a message that we all can take into account. Um, in the meantime, so I'll be pulling this from the crystal deck, and this message is going to be for everybody. It's by Amanda Sampson, by the way. Crystal deck. And I just mixed up the. Let me. It comes with. I'll do a review on it and a full flip through when I get a chance. But it comes with doesn't come with a guidebook. Comes with introduction and instruction cards. And I forgot to remove them before I started shuffling. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. These cards have a lot of information. They are pretty big, so it might be hard to shuffle. Okay, so let's see what message comes up for us. These are big cards. What is it going on? So I don't pull cards from the top, by the way. My process is what I do is I just pull a card based on the spelling of a certain name. So in this case, since the message is for everybody, um, I just spelled out the name YouTube. So, Stephen, tonight I am only doing paid readings, but what I am doing is pulling a card for the overall energy for everybody to focus on tonight. Now, I do sometimes do free readings, yes, but tonight I'm just doing paid readings and chit chat. So it looks like we have a pop. I probably don't know how to pronounce this, but a apophyllite. Um, the keywords are release, attunement, astral travel, and the color ranges from white, yellow, clear peach, and green. Appearance may be transparent or translucent, usually cubic or pyramidal. Shapes and varying cluster sizes. And the availability is it is easy to find, so easily obtained. That is the front of the card. And here on the back, it gives more information about the card, which I am going to read. It says this is one of the more uncommon crystals used in Reiki, work as a powerful tool for tuning into the higher realms and linking the physical and spiritual. It is an effective conductor and enables the energy and information found in higher historic travels to be transmitted into consciousness. It is often considered to be one of the favored tools for those wishing to access the Akashic records. In this way, it is also useful for astral traveling, other outer body experiences, and past life regression. Apophyllite, however, is a complex and confronting stone as it promotes truth, including the ability to see oneself and one's situation clearly. In facilitating past life connections, it can bring about the release of long held and suppressed emotions. Its connective properties help to ground and soothe this often necessary growth, which will ultimately lead us to feeling calmer and more grounded. It promotes acceptance and incarnation. Healing, it is a stone of choice for Reiki healing, facilitating states of deep relaxation and tranquility to enhance healing. It also helps to alleviate asthma, allergies, and problems with the eyes. And then the divination meaning is drawing this card indicates it is time to let go of whatever is holding you back or down. Consider your life carefully. What can you let go in order to move onwards and upwards toward your potential? So that is all the information there. And it is, again, apophyolite is the name of the crystal. And it says here that it is easy to find, so it'll be easy to shop for if you're ever looking to purchase it. So what I'll do is I'll just retype the name of the card and the keywords, and then we'll keep it pulled out. And if anybody has missed it, I'll try to reread it later. So the crystal is okay. So that is the message for everybody. So again, the deck that I used for that is the Crystal deck, and it's by Amanda Sampson. I just got it. Was it? I think it was last week. I got the mail. Well, keep that out and put the rest of it back in. I don't even know if I have these in there correctly. Whoops. Will likely be pretty slow tonight. But again, if anybody has anything that they would like to talk about, like general topics, you can do that and just talk until maybe I do get some people in for a reading. Trying to figure out where to put this because it's in the way. Hmm. This is sad. Hmm. I probably need to try to be on here earlier. But right now, for a little while, I have not been at my own place. So when I'm not at home, it is a lot more difficult for me to do live streams when I'm at my parents' house. Um, I've been here. We don't stay far away from each other, but I've been here visiting for a while. Well, wouldn't call it visiting. Might as well would be living here, but um, I tend to try to wait until there's nobody in my way. I have nieces and nephews that come over here often, especially on the weekends. So if you see that I am doing live streams like late at night, it is because there is nobody in my way. I don't have to worry about people barging in most of the time. So yeah, I try to wait till everybody is gone. So again, if anybody has any general topics that you would like to talk about, get a discussion going maybe. There's only two people in here so far. Um, I did also do an energy pool for everybody. This message here, and it is the apophyllite crystal. I'm assuming I'm saying that correctly. And it is keywords are release, attunement, astral travel. If anybody would like me to, it has more information on it on the back, which I will read. If anybody would like me to do that, just tell me and I will read it. So a lot to say. So I don't really want to read it if nobody's paying attention or listening. So just let me know and I will read it. There's a healing meaning, a divination meaning, and just overall information about what the crystal is supposed to help you with. And it came from the crystal deck by Amanda Sampson. And it has disconnected me. Okay. So I had this problem last night where it kept cutting me out and disconnecting me. So if I just end up disappearing and off of the stream, it's because of the connection. I normally leave without telling people bye and letting you know that I'm headed off. I won't just leave without saying that. So if it does just interrupt or just blank out and I haven't said that or said my goodbyes, and um, then it was likely that I had got cut out or disconnected. The weather has been a little weird today, so that is another reason for the bad connection. Hmm. And if anybody has any general topics to discuss, please let me know. I don't know why it's so dark. Probably will not be on that long since nobody's really coming in or interacting. Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna try to get a pick a card reading out. Probably not tonight. I'll probably do it sometime tomorrow. Even if I do record it tomorrow, though, it can take a while to upload. So, but I guess it depends on how big the file is. So if it's about, which is not going to happen because the pick card reading I have planned is going to take more than 10 minutes. So if it's like maybe 20 minutes, it possibly will upload faster. I would say about 15 minutes, but it can still take a long time, even if the file is small. But most of the time, if it's a smaller video, it does take longer to upload. Well, no, not if it's small. If it's a big file, it'll take longer. And most of the time, if it's a small file, it will not take a lot of time. I got disconnected again. So again, if anybody has any general topics to discuss until somebody wants to come in for a reading. Hello, Elaine. So it's pretty slow. I think there are some people in and out, but they're not really communicating. So just kind of been talking to myself mostly. Alrighty. No problem. I did pull an energy message for everybody. If anybody would like to see that card, let me know and I will pull it back out here. I got it right here and read the information. And there goes some cards. This table doesn't fall. And then go ahead and shuffle this one. Okay. I'm just going to um, make sure. Okay, so I have received your payment. PayPal annoys me. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know when they started doing that, but they started like taking out like taxes. Yes. So $10 or more, you can get 3 questions, or maybe up to 5 questions possibly. But I just said three or more, so I didn't have to, type too much. But and then with $5, you get 1 question. So yes, you paid 10, so you can ask 3 questions, or you can ask. I would say 3 to 5 questions for the $10. So 3 to 5 for for uh for $10. So just your questions, and as always, I do not need birth dates or zodiac signs, and to refrain from asking questions related to health, death, pregnancy, fertility, and mental disorders. And mm, do you have time frame question? I'm only asking that because I shuffled in a time frame card popped out. So, or it could just be a card that fell. Doesn't have to mean anything, but sometimes I will let you know and see if it means anything. Hmm. Just waiting on Lelaine to post her questions. So I already shuffled these earlier on in the live stream, so I don't have to um shuffle. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. So I'm using the Angel Tarot by Jane Wallace. And so you have Page of Pentacles. So it looks like luck will be on your side. And this could be around Earth sign season. It's also kind of a childlike message here to use your imagination. And as most kids tend to think about life, they think that they can do anything, and they believe in magic and all this different type of stuff that helps them get through their childhood. So the message here is that there will be some job opportunities. With this particular message or card here, it could be around um, Earth sign season again. So that is like March, April, around there. Just any Earth sign season month time period. Or maybe this is possibly just a one of the best times for you to seek uh, jobs and fill out more applications. So it looks like you're going to have more luck around that time. So whether you will get a job or whether this is when you should start looking, and that will lead up to you getting something. So, but you do also have 10 of Wands, and 10 of Wands is an overwhelming type of energy. Because it almost feels like maybe you don't know exactly what you are wanting to do. You feel like you have some kind of idea, but you're not really sure if you should go forward with it, maybe. Um, this is a card of having doing too much at one time. So try to limit your application process. Do not go crazy with filling out applications and looking for jobs. Take your time so that you won't have too many options at one time. But yeah, I do feel like financial opportunities are coming up for you, or not even financial, but jobs. Financial wise too, since I'm saying it, Page of Pentacles. Pentacle suit is a finance and career card. So finances and career seem to be getting on track around that time. Um, so yeah, I do feel that for if any job opportunities are coming up, and let me see any other messages for that. So, um, so you have the Empress being creative, being it's about birth. Doesn't have to be a pregnancy, but it just talks about bringing something new into your life. So this might be not necessarily just a new job, but it could be um, a new passion or a new type of career. um, and something that inspires you to be creative. Yeah. So you have Page of Pentacles, the Empress, and Ten of Wands. So that is for that question. I hope that makes sense. If you have the other questions you would like to ask. Okay, so as far as doing any type of healing, that happens at everybody does that at their own pace. So honestly, when you say when, that is kind of like something that it's not that I'm not able to tell you that, but it's just that it's not that's something that's not set. It's not concrete. So I can tell you, for example, say that I say you can get over things tomorrow, but there are lots of things that you can do to keep yourself from healing tomorrow. I can't just tell you, you know, when you'll get over it because again, there's just really no way for me to tell you that. You have to go through your healing process and, it's just some things you just can't really have an answer to. But as far as let's see. I can look into it a different way. Let me see. Hmm. See, like I mentioned, you have Seven of Wands, and that is about perseverance. It is about having obstacles in your way. So it's going to be a very challenging time, obviously. Whoops. Um, Now you did say that this was a breakup. So what I'm about to tell you, might be annoying to hear, but you have Six of Cups, and that is reconnecting with the past. That is, sometimes it could be related to childhood, reconnecting with old friends, classmates, just people you grew up with. Um, this is a past life regression message. It's always about memories. So, it is very highly likely that the person that you broke up with, you will be communicating again at some point. Um, or at least this person has been or will start thinking about you. Again, because it is a card about memories. Let's see. Okay, you have Ace of Cups too. So that is about outpouring of emotions, steady love, more committed love. I'm trying to see if this is a message saying that this is going to be with that person. I know you're not asking to get with them, but this is the message that's coming up. Um, and part of the challenge is you may be having to come to a decision on whether or not you want to be back involved with this person. Because this person is going to come back to challenge your mind and, kind of, I wouldn't say win you over, but turn things around a little bit and kind of show you a side of him that you haven't seen. Now, I mean, maybe he was loving in the past, but this is like Ace of Cups is like really, really strong in love. So it's going to be, it might not last, but some type of reconnection is coming up. It could be just communication. Doesn't mean you'll get back together or anything, but he'll be in your energy for whatever reason. So, um, hi, Kristen. So as far as when you would get over it, I feel like just as soon as you start to, kind of the feelings start to fade and you start to move forward, I feel like that's when he's going to swoop in. And because this Six of Cups, if ever anybody wants an ex back, this is the card that you want to get in a reading. If you just really have to have your ex back, Six of Cups is that indicator. And then you got Ace of Cups around it. So this could be a water energy, maybe a fire sign, or do you just have it in your chart somewhere or other areas of his chart? Um, or mm, I don't know. As far as when, again, I'm not like the when of when you'll get through it. That's just realistically. Um, is that your third question? But yeah, it looks like he'll be to some extent re-entering into your life. Is the third question, or are you asking, or is that a clarifier? It's kind of slow here tonight because it is paid reading, so that's why there's not many people in here. Trust me, there is a difference from when the title says free and then it says paid. Trust me, I have learned that. But I do have to try to make a few dollars every now and then. So, okay, so I guess that's the third question. Again, I do see what I did say already is that there would be a connection. So there is definitely communication. Um, hmm. Let's see what that was about because they kind of just disagreed with me. Um, Let's clarify. I'm gonna clarify that because I just got a conflicting answer. Queen of Swords. So again, if not a reconnection itself, is going to be either communication or just Six of Cups again is also about memory. So in fact, now he could potentially start thinking of you a little bit more. Um, yeah, so you do have the trust card here. So have more faith in the situation, regardless of where you want it to go. You are needing to trust that it's going to go the way it's supposed to. Now you did get a no card in Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is about independence, so obviously that is about a female energy standing by herself. So again, that Six of Cups could just mean that it's going to be times where he is focused on you, even if he doesn't make a move. But I do feel like communication is coming. Um, but in the same instance, I think I know what the message is now. Sometimes I have to talk it out to really get it to make sense. So I think the no is talking about, I feel like he's wanting to reach out to you eventually. He's not thinking about it now, but I'm saying in the future he's going to want to. And I the his ending, um how do you say it? His decision will more likely ultimately be not to reach out for whatever reason, or possibly this could be just your energy saying that. This could be just your energy saying that you really, I mean, yeah, you're asking about communication, but you're kind of on the fence about whether you want to hear from him or not. So you're kind of just saying right now, I don't need him. I'm not going to hear it. I'm not responding, any of that whenever he does reach out. So this could be your energy, could go a couple different ways, but the other way is that he's going to either he will communicate to you or in the future, and I know there's no way to really validate this, but he will start to think about you at some point um, with that Six of Cups. And based on that, he may or may not make a move. And if it's going that way, I would say he's not. But again, it could be that I feel like this is your energy the more that I get to talking about it, about what I just explained. So I would say look for communication, but um yeah. So I would say yes to you two being in contact, but again, it's is it something you really want? You might have to question that. You might already be questioning that. So yeah. I hope that wasn't conflicting, but sometimes multiple messages can pop out. So I try to make it make sense as much as possible. Um, so yeah. So you have two more questions if you want. You can get 3 to 5 questions with a $10 donation. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know where that goes back up there. Okay. So you have look for a sign. Um, so you being unhappy could possibly be that sign that you do need to kind of move away. Maybe that unhappiness is telling you being put into your emotional state of mind because for some reason this place is not, I wouldn't say good for you, but I feel like this is your intuition trying to talk to you. You're not unhappy because you're just unhappy. That emotion is being pushed onto you to get you to see something or to teach you something. Um, so yeah, I would say as far as moving, mm, oops, that's interesting. So you have the World card, long term success, um, new beginnings, happiness, having everything that you need. And also, it's funny since you're asking about relocation, it does, revolve, you're moving to different parts of the world. So yeah, I would say that this is a definite sign. One of the signs here that spirit is telling you to pay attention to is this world card because the world, it talks about traveling. You may not be going all around the world, but maybe you're going to be entering a new world, or even if it's just a country, or city away, you're still, I feel like you will find a way to move. And I do see possibilities of that in the future. Yep, possibilities. Hmm. So I do want to let you guys know that I am now offering, trying to figure out the name of it, 2020 psychic intuitive tarot reading. It is 24 cards and it's on my Etsy shop. Um where I pull 2 cards for each month. So it's January through December. So it is 24 cards, and you can get it either typed up or in video format. Okay, so as far as your whole entire financial status for the whole entire year, I can't realistically tell you that, but I can tell you bits and pieces. Let's see. Maybe go into the first couple of months. Mm, mm. Okay, so if I ever make that sound or that face, don't get scared. Let's see. Mm, Going to clarify that. Um, so you have 7 of Swords, and it is a stressful card to get. It does talk about manipulative energy, possibly feeling like something was taken from you. And this is not saying that somebody's going to steal money from you or anything, but this is warning you to keep your guard up. Maybe sometimes you are a little careless with where you leave your money. So this is just um, a warning just to say, hey, make sure you keep your stuff put up in a safe place. And um, I feel like also don't carry too much money around. You also have Temperance, and it's a card of moderation. So, and I know this is cliche in a financial reading, but it does remind you to take a step back, only get what you need. It's about temperance, it's about letting go of addictions. And no, this isn't to say you're addicted to anything, and addictions don't have to be drug or alcohol. It could be spending money, it could be even food addictions or whatever the case is. But for your case, it's about money. So it is saying, and it's not that you even spend that much now, but it is saying that this is something you're definitely going to have to take into account for next year as far as how the finances are going to be. I feel like taking those 2 pieces of advice right there that Spirit is giving you specifically will help you out a ton. Um, okay. So you have 10 of Swords, and this is about endings. I'm trying to figure out what this has to do with your like financial state. Um, let's see, what is this message trying to tell you? Hmm. Possibly saying goodbye to items that you don't need, maybe. Parting with things that you it may be hard for you to part with, because this does talk about letting go. This does talk about something, you know. Now I just said that this does not mean. So I'm going back to the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords and 10 of Swords kind of go hand in hand. So again, do make sure that you are keeping your money put up. and that are being told that you do not let somebody else handle your money, like meaning don't give anybody any money to go shopping. Don't care who it is, don't do it. Um, Even if you're sending somebody out to get you something, don't do it. Something might go missing, possibly. Can't say if it's money or not, but just do make sure you're keeping your valuables and your money put away. Um, Only taking what you need. And let's see. I'm gonna pull one more for this. I don't feel. Oh my god. Okay. So now you have Three of Swords, and also obviously that's a card of grief, heartache, and loss. So I don't know what it is, but I wouldn't see. Hi. I wouldn't say that anything's necessarily going to be stolen from you, but I would definitely make sure that you keep everything out of sight for other people to see. Because this isn't a coincidence. Uh, Seven of Swords, 10 of Swords, Three of Swords. It's not necessary. I don't know what to say because that's like a lot. So, yeah. These are more so warnings rather than answering your question, to be honest. And I keep trying to clarify, but it's the same message coming up in three different cards, but they do come from the same suit. So I don't know. That's something that might make sense later. It's really about you might lose something worth money. This could mean like a couple, like two or three different things. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's really just giving you advice. So I would say that following that advice, your finances, will be better within the first few months of next year. Mm. That is wild. I'm not used to that when that happens. It's kind of actually been a long time since this has happened. And also, the sword suit not only refers to air sign energy, but it is about mental focus also. So, possibly, maybe this is what you are afraid. Maybe you think these things are going to happen. I don't know. But just take that advice that was given and it could maybe keep those things from occurring. Yeah, I was kind of off. I wouldn't say off, but ugh, that's the energy right there. Okay, so it is kind of slow tonight because I did not, as you could probably see, my title says paid readings. I'm not going to lie, I kind of did that intentionally just to kind of see if what we talked about in your live, if it was just me or if, it actually is something to it. And yeah, I have more people. Yep, I have way more people when it's free. And I love to do the free stuff, but sometimes, y'all, this is what I do for my lifeline. So yeah, realistically, I kind of have to try to make a little money. Yeah. So, Lelaine, I hope that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind doing free readings, but it's just like I got bills. Mm. Well, it could be either or, it could be both. Just the messages are to remind you to just be more careful with your belongings, whether it's money or a material item. Just be more careful with it, store it away. Um, Now, don't do what I do and hide stuff from people and then forget where you put it, because I've done that several times and I've ended up not, I've hid it so good to the point where I cannot find it myself. And that's embarrassing, especially if you start to accuse other people of them stealing. So, yeah. Like recently, I had hid a pair of earrings because my niece, she likes to get into stuff, and I just wanted to make sure that it was out of her way, and my nieces and my nephews. Um, and now I can't find them, which is why you don't see them on my ear. You're welcome. Now, don't be afraid of the message. It's just you don't get this all the time. It happens sometimes, but when you got this and all of these are basically they're different cards. Well, they look the same because this particular deck. They're different cards, but they pretty much have the same message. So it's definitely something to pay attention to. And maybe this could be like some type of anxiety for you as well. So maybe like you're just afraid of these things happening, or maybe you're still trying to grieve from them happening before in the past. Could go a few different ways. That is crazy. Interesting. Yep. So, y'all, anytime you get messages like this from anybody, even if they sound like BS, do pay attention to them and take heed of it because it likely means something. So, yeah. I think you had one more question, though. I'm not sure. Hmm. Time is going by a little fast. So, anybody got anything to talk about? Feel free. Up until Elaine came in and got a reading, I was practically talking to myself. There were a couple people in here, but they weren't saying anything. I wonder if Kristen is still here. I mean, what I could do is if anybody else wants a reading, um, Imbecile, if you want one for free, you can get one. And Kristen, if you're here, I'll go ahead since y'all were nice enough to come in here. See, that's the thing though. People never know. Just because it says paid, yes, I am intending to do paid readings, but sometimes you never know. I might throw in something free. So, I mean, people miss out when they, just stop and look at the paid. Oh, I'm not going in there. She's charging money, so bye. I mean, I get it. I mean, you can't afford a reading, you can't afford it. And I try to help people as much as I can, but yeah. I hate to sound depressing, but yeah, because otherwise I'm just sitting here kind of staring at the wall and looking like I want to cry. Um, you don't have, well, if you don't have a question, you can always get a general reading. But if you want a question, I'll give you some time to think because I'll probably be on here a little bit longer. I'm usually on here 2 or 3 hours at the most. I was going to leave a little earlier, but I'm going to be up anyways. So Let's see. Where is your path leading you? So I did I'll read this after I get to your after I'm done with your question. I did a energy pull for everybody. So I'll go back over that. Uh trying to pick what deck to use for that. I can do tarot, but sometimes I feel like certain situations calls for different um um I believe Solar Lane. Um but let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. So that three. I think you actually have two more. Three. Yeah, two more. Because I am doing 3 to 5 for the $10. Um. Yep. Mm. I'm all right, guys. I just sometimes have to take a breather. Um, let me do imbecile first. And by the way, I never know if I'm reading your name right because don't shoot me, but I feel like I say two things and I'm not sure what it is. Imbecile or I'm like I've been trying to figure it out for the longest. Imbecile or I'm bi soul, like bisexual, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm, okay. 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 Just wanted to make sure. Cause okay, so yeah, that's what I figured. Well, at least one of the thoughts that I had roaming around in my head. Um, oh wow. Why does it look like one of my eyebrows? Hmm. Okay, so let me see. So, imbecile, do you mind if I finish Lelane's up really quickly? Because I forgot she had one more question. Hi, Nikita. So, questions today, I am doing paid. Giving a few people some messages now for free since they were kind enough to stop by and hang out. Um, so I have Lelaine, imbecile, and then you can ask a question. Let's see. What am I doing? Oh, so Lane wanted a general reading. So I guess I could do this with this. So I'll give like a tarot card and then 3 oracle cards, I guess, behind it. Whoops. You're welcome. So I'm going to go ahead and do Lane first. So I do have a shuffling process. So it doesn't necessarily take forever, but I kind of just, I don't know, it's just a method that I've just had for a while. So who? Okay, so this is the lane. And then after the lane, I'm doing imbecile, and then Nikita. And also, before I do this, I do want to tell you that those of you who are new to my channel and my live streams or readings generally from me, I don't pull cards off the top. Now I did starting out when I first started using cards, but um, I came up with a new method, and what I do is I look at your username or your name, and then I spell it like, um, say I'm spelling gifted soul, I would go GIFTEDSOUL, and then this will be the message. This will be the message that will be meant for you. So that's what I do. Just saying before, I just want, because I know a lot of people might confuse it for me just like picking random cards just to fit somebody's situation. So, okay. Mm, Hmm. So so far it's starting off with what we've already talked about. I know you said that you broke up with somebody, and it looks like, let's see, before I get to that. Mm, ooh. So you have the Eight of Cups, and obviously, well, maybe not obviously to some people, but um Eight of Cups is leaving something behind, moving on. Um just deciding that you no longer need something or somebody in your life. And um I feel like that's you and not necessarily the person that you asked about earlier. I know this is a general reading, but it's coming back up. So if not that particular situation, it could be something else that you have decided that you really don't want to deal with anymore. And then you have, and I feel like it's also love related because the Hierophant comes up, but generally speaking, the Hierophant is like a traditional card, like where people, um, it's more of a card of value. Um, Somebody that has strong belief in a traditional type of lifestyle. Um, could be religious, but most likely not in this particular situation. Um, let's see. And I said that I would. I just did what I said I wasn't gonna do. So you have the Magician, and I feel like these two should have came the other way around. I feel like it should have been the Magician and then the Hierophant, because this is saying, and again, I know these are cliche messages, but sometimes there is no other way to put them. This is about once you are letting go of this thing that is something that you have lost a desire for or will become to kind of feel like you don't need anymore eventually. You have the Magician, so it does say that you have the power to manifest whatever it is that you are wanting. You have the resources and tools in front of you, but maybe you are ignoring them, and maybe you just don't want to use them for whatever reason. Maybe you're afraid. But once you let go of that fear, you'll be able to manifest this into your life. Whether this is a person, I feel something commitment wise. So if it's not a person, it could be uh, a job or something that you will be in hall. So you need to let go of this thing that you are fighting yourself about. You are going back and forth trying to figure out if you need this thing or you need this person, and it's keeping you from finding certain opportunities. So or you're maybe getting the opportunities and you're missing them because you're too focused on that. So that would be your general reading, I guess. Let's pull one more. Oh, there it is. Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, like I was saying, that could be a job, or it could apply in more than one area of your life. Um, no problem. Um, so Ace of Pentacles. I know you did ask about a job, so whatever it is you are trying to let go of, it may be time to go ahead and move on from that. And I feel like releasing that will help you with employment and finances. So yeah, that is your general reading. I meant to yeah. So that was for Lane. So this one was for Lane. Yeah. So you have Eight of Cups, the Magician, Ace of Pentacles, Hierophant. Hmm. I definitely do. I definitely do. Unfortunately. Mm. Okay, so Imbecile, you are next. And there is usually a delay with Lelaine, so she is probably maybe still listening or trying to process the message or whatever the case is. So I'm going back to where is your path leading me? So that was Imbecile. Okay. I'm trying to. I have these cards over here set up for a pick a card reading I'll be doing. Not gonna say tonight, but eventually, probably tomorrow, if not tonight. It'll just take forever to upload. Okay, so what I'm doing, Imbecile, is we'll be pulling you a few cards from the Angel Tarot by Jane Wallace, and then from the Gateway Oracle cards by Denise Lynn, I will pull a couple from here. Um, my shuffling process isn't like it's a little bit longer than most. It doesn't take 20 minutes or anything, but it is a process. Mm. Huh. And I'll try to get on a little bit earlier on, like where it's like the sun is out. The sun wasn't out anyway today because it was like raining, a little cloggy, foggy, very dark outside. So I don't know. It's just one day I just started. I made up a process and I've stuck with it since then. So I didn't start out doing that particular shuffling process, but or even the way that I pull cards, but I did it one day and I found that every time I at least did it for myself. And most of the time I did it for others, the messages, I don't know if shuffling had like that had anything to do with it or pulling the cards like that, but usually it kind of comes out. The messages are clearer, the messages are more accurate for some reason, for some people. Not going to say that I'm accurate for everybody all the time because it's not possible, but um I just try my best. So, okay. Wait a second. Resolution. So first off, imbecile, you have Six of Swords. So we'll kind of talk about. I feel Six of Swords. Most people probably won't feel like that, but Six of Swords to me is like a very calming type of card. You're kind of maybe doing. It doesn't have to be literally traveling, like going out of the country or out of cities or anything, but it could just be literally some type of traveling. Could be astral traveling, whatever the case is. um I tend to picture the Six of Swords in the traditional Rider-Waite Smith deck, so that's what I mean. Like, I think in that deck, Six of Swords, there's a boat and there's a lake or river, whatever it is, and they're paddling, but they're kind of, it's like very peaceful. um let's see. Why is this happening? Oh my god. It's not bad. It's just happening again, where the same soup wants to keep popping up. So you have Two of Swords, uncertainty. So maybe while you are on this calmful, peaceful, I wouldn't call it a joyride, but just doing your little traveling and even just taking a walk outside, you're kind of not sure what it is that you want to do. Trying to, I know it's like kind of general, but I'm going to make sense of it here very shortly, trying to. Yeah. I'm sorry for my outburst, but if another Swords card pop up, I might pass out. Call 911 if you need to. I don't really think you know my address, but you'll figure it out. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. No offense, but there are good sword cards, but sometimes that scares me when I get like cards that come out like that. It's like very, I don't know. But you have Magician. So, obviously, like I told Lelaine, uh, Magician is about having things in front of you, but maybe being either scared to use them or maybe you don't know how to use them. Because Six of Swords came up for you before the Two of Swords. So I feel like, again, you have, well, I didn't even say it the first time, so don't know why I'm saying it again. It's kind of a habit for me to say that. But make sure I have the right Six of Swords for you came up before Two of Swords, and that makes me feel like you have found a solution to certain problems, but you're scared to kind of take action with the knowledge and what you have, gained insight on to fix certain issues. But the thing is, you have everything there. But it's all about you getting up, throwing on your shoes, and deciding that you're going to finally, make a move towards what you were trying to get. So, and I do feel like you second guess yourself a lot in certain situations. And I know you do reading, so maybe that might be what is coming up here. It could be, because I know that I second guess my intuition a lot. I could be right on the money. Yeah, I could be very accurate and just like, I'll just, decide not to tell. It's not like it's bad information. It's just like, I don't know if I should tell them that because, they're not gonna, it's not gonna be right. It's gonna be way off. And then when I end up not telling them that particular thing that actually validates that I have a gift, what happens is they'll message me or email me and they'll be like, well, this and that happened, and this is over here, and that's that away. And I'm like, I was going to say that, but I didn't say it because I was afraid to say it. So, um, but it just doesn't have to be with readings. It could be just generally anything that, again, you have an idea or you have, these resources in front of you and just not, um, or you feel like you're not ready to use them and you feel like you don't know how to use them. So yeah, the Oracle cards. So these are pretty new. I got these recently and I have been using them. Oh, not necessarily a lot, but mm, okay. So those are the backs of the cards, which I think are very, very pretty. Enough about that. Let's see. Huh. Okay. Yeah. With some of the stuff I see though, it's kind of like out there. So it's like if I tell them anyway, they'll be like, "You're crazy. That's never gonna happen." And then I have instances where, how people would, um, I guess, a denial about something, and then they come back and they'll actually tell me that I was right. So, and no, I'm not always right. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying sometimes, well, most of the time, I'm not going to lie, but most of the time, I do have people report back to go through the. One second, I just got distracted. Oh, that is weird. Somehow, I don't know why I'm getting the notifications late, but literally, I have brand new notifications showing that you are doing live stream, which is kind of weird. But I think that's from, I don't know, earlier. Okay, so enough chit chatting. I don't even know the point in having that bell on because I get the notifications, but it's like literally way after the live streams have ended. Okay, so trying to figure out where to put this. Yeah. I have a lot of questions and suggestions for YouTube that I really probably shouldn't get started on. So you have, oddly enough, breaking barriers. I am expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom. So this is pretty much validating what I have already said to you. Break the fear or whatever because some type of idea you have is actually a good idea. It could be, again, revolving the readings that you do or something else. You not using those resources are restricting you from, you know, feeling free and feeling creatively expressive. Um, so it's time to go with that idea. I'm not saying that the idea is going to be perfect or it's going to go exactly the way you want it when you first started out, but it is, a start. And I would say, even if you don't think you do, you have what you need to get this idea off the ground. Could be an idea coming up if it doesn't make sense now. Oh my God, it's happening again. It's happening. Take action. So I just basically said, I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities. I'm sorry if I stop, but I get the feeling sometimes that I don't know why I just cannot read sometimes. Yeah. So this came up. So that's pretty much what I said. You need to take action. There's right now you're creating reasons to feel like you can't do it, but the thing is they're not, I wouldn't say they're not valid reasons. I'm not saying that they're excuses, but you're holding yourself back from something here. But the thing is, you have this good idea and you have what you need, but you're just kind of standing still and not sure if you need to go through with certain things. But this is validation. Take action on that idea or take action on whatever it is that, this fits into. Hmm. So I did that because I was literally about to say it could be job or money related because these leaves in this card, it really stood out to me. See, I just second guessed myself again. Okay, gotta stop doing that. But so, well, if it's about that, then um likely this is saying that it's something that is a part of your life purpose because otherwise you wouldn't have done that. And so yeah, if you hadn't have took that leap of faith though, you may have not have really would have kind of picked up this more spiritual side. Um but um but yeah, I feel like I don't want to this particular message, I feel like if that's what this is about here, the readings and things, and it actually, even if it is taking time for things to get off the ground, this is something that I feel like you are meant to do. And the magician also, again, it is about having tools. This is about you having the abilities. Your intuition is there. So this is something, even if you do go out and find a 9 to 5 job, I feel like this is something that you are either always going to come back to or something you need to stick with. So not overworking yourself, no, but at least making time for it. Um, but I feel like it's saying that I don't ever tell people that leaving a job is a good idea or because a lot of people do come to me and ask me if they need to leave a job. In your case, you have already left, but I feel like this is saying that it was a good idea because it was a decision you made for yourself to help other people. It's taking time to get off the ground, but those ideas that you have had around it, um, you need to go with them and you need to, you know, take action on that blueprint that you have made. So, um, breaking barriers, taking action, pretty much same message, different cards. I am expanding beyond limitations, enjoy into joy and freedom. I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities. Yeah. Now breaking barriers could also be I'm glad you said that too, because that actually could also be it is the word freedom in this card. I don't know if you can see this, but um it could be telling you not to overwork yourself. Like I saw where you did like what was it, an 8 hour long? It was I think it was 8 or 9 hours at the time that I had left alive. Um I strongly suggest not to. I mean, if you're not tired or anything, but do kind of uh, pace yourself because that's a long time, and that's energy, that's cards, that's all this type of um abilities being used, and that's very draining. So I mean, get sleep and don't do it all day because it's very, very, very draining. So breaking barriers could be about you taking breaks too. Yeah, on that live that I was on today where we were talking, that was a long live. And I was talking to myself and I'm like, this girl, I know she's got to be tired. Because I kind of saw it in your emotions. Like, I wouldn't say you were even getting angry, but it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. But um yeah, I can't talk because like it is 2:35 a.m. and I'll probably, even when I get off of here, I'll still probably be up for another 3 or 4 hours. I can't help it. I think I have insomnia, but um I am happy that you came in my live though. I'm actually very happy about that. So um yeah. Six of Swords, Two of Swords, the Magician, breaking barriers. Hmm. Taking action. Yep. Pretty much just kind of sounds like I'm repeating myself, but some of these are really just the same freaking message, just different cards, different pictures. Um, so yeah, I think that about covers that. Yeah, I've gotten like that too, but it takes a lot to get me there though. But this year I've gotten frustrated with way too much and I just kind of snap. Like I'm not even like I'm not a fighter. I am, and I know a lot of people probably say this, but genuinely I am one of the sweetest people you will meet. So I try to reason with everybody and try to help people to the best of my ability, but some people don't want that and some people rather just imagine that they're putting me in a chokehold for whatever reason, but you're welcome. I hope it makes sense. Um, yeah. So I feel like I was about to cry there, so I'm gonna stop. But if anybody wants this tarot deck that I'm using tonight is the Angel Tarot by Jane Wallace, and the oracle cards that I used are from the Gateway Oracle deck by Denise Lynn. Denise Lynn. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to. But I probably can't promise that, but I'm gonna try not. I can give out advice and do these readings all day long, but then go back and do exactly what I'm telling other people not to do. It's just I think a lot of us are like that. I did pull an energy. Oh, okay, Nikita, I will get to your question after I get through with this. So this is what I pulled for overall energy for everybody. This is for all of us. I pulled it out earlier on in the live stream. At some point, I will stop buying decks. I promise. Maybe, possibly. This is from the Crystal deck by Amanda Sampson. I received it out the mail last week. Um, It says keywords. The keywords are release, attunement, astral, and astral travel. It is apophyllite. That's the name of the crystal. The colors range from white, yellow, clear, peach, and green. Appearance may be transparent or translucent, usually cubic or pyramidal shapes and varying cluster sizes. Availability, it just tells you how you can find it if it's rare. And it says it is easily obtained. So if you're looking for it, you should be able to find it easily. So at the back here is information about what the crystal does, the healing meaning, divination meaning, all that good stuff. So it says this is one of the more uncommon crystals used in. Okay. See, they didn't punctuate that right. So that's why I read that like that. This is one of the more uncommon crystals used in Reiki work as a powerful tool for tuning into the higher realms and linking the physical and spiritual. It is an effective conductor and enables the energy and information found in higher historic travels to be transmitted into consciousness. Hmm. I had to stop because I'm realizing that this consciousness is on a lot of these cards in this deck. Anyway, it is often considered to be one of the favored tools for those wishing to access the Akashic records. In this way, it is also useful for astral traveling, other out of body experiences, and past life regression. Apophyllite, however, is a complex and confronting stone as it promotes truth, including the ability to see oneself and one's situation clearly. And facilitating past life connections, it can bring about the release of long held and suppressed emotions. Its connective properties help to ground and soothe. This often necessary growth, which will ultimately lead us to feeling calmer and more grounded. It promotes acceptance and of incarnation. The healing meaning, it talks about, it says it is a stone of choice for Reiki healing, facilitating states of deep relaxation and tranquility. To enhance healing, it also helps to alleviate asthma, allergies, and problems with the eyes. Divination meaning is drawing this card indicates that it's time to let go of whatever is holding you back or down. Consider your life carefully. What can you let go in order to move onwards and upwards toward your potential? So, lots of information on these cards here. That is what somebody says that I saw a review of this and they say that it doesn't really depict the do the actual crystal justice. So I guess this is just similar to what it would look like if it's not exactly how it looks. Um, yeah. Well, this is a sign for you, Nikita. Definitely. Okay, so let me do Nikita's question. And then we can talk about some other things, I guess. And more than likely, nobody's coming in here for a paid reading. So I'm not even going to hold my breath. But that's, nope. Trying to make sure if I shuffled or not. Hmm. So I'm guessing you mean twin flame. I mean, I think I know that's what you mean, but people have some very active imaginations that could mean something completely different. Um. Okay. So, well, I don't know. I'm not even gonna have that conversation. So, when you say he's in a third party, do you mean that it's you, him, and another person? No problem. I don't necessarily just require money, but it does help. Oh. Mm. Okay. Not judging you. But that's a lot. That is a lot, my friend. 2 weeks, but I don't know. Let's see. That is a lot. Okay, so not gonna lie, I've been through this before. Well, I don't think he proposed to anybody else, but um, hmm, let's just see. What the? Okay, I would like for it to let me pull out some cards here. What the hell? I don't know if, you know. So you said third party, right? And yes, I have an evil smile on my face because the card just came up. So you said third party, right? Let me know before I show this. Because this is a third party card. So looks like it's just picking up on that energy. Got our friend, the high priestess. However, she has a deeper knowing. She's very intuitive. She is very powerful. So high priestess is one of the cards for a third party situation. So I guess that's just saying current energy, maybe. Let's see. Mm. All right. Okay. Oh, I'm getting there, just trying to. Okay, so you do have Three of Pentacles also, Four of Cups also. So this, I'm just gonna say that this was for current energy. Since you brought that up, it came out right when I was pulling the cards. Um, so Four of Cups though, it's a card of feeling bored with something. And I feel like this is him. He is like back and forth, and it's likely not even just you and the other girl. As far as any marriage going through with them, um, I don't feel like he will go through with it completely for the simple fact that, again, this Four of Cups comes up, and that is a lot about somebody not being able to settle in one place or always finding something that is missing in their relationships, or just in their life generally, and they have to keep moving around to find what's right for them. And it's not just, we all do this in certain aspects of our lives, but it's not just like generally. Um, uh, I don't even feel like he's the marrying type. So why he would propose to somebody, I don't know. Um, it's almost like maybe he did it to keep her. It's possible she knows something. So now I'm getting the bigger picture here. Have to, when I'm talking, sometimes I get things make sense. So the high priestess, while this is current energy, also, I feel like this is about her knowing something deep down. She knows that he is. They were friends since 17 years. Well, she knows something deep down. She has a very sharp intuition, at least at this time. Um, so she hasn't like taken action on it, but I feel like this is about Three of Pentacles was about him taking action. And so, because either I think he might know that she knows this. And so, to keep her from leaving him, she he decided to pull the marriage card. And so that kind of swept her back in, is what I feel. Um, yeah, I don't feel like he just didn't know what else to do to get her to change her mind about something. Um, Now, if it's not something she knows currently, and again, I'm deeply feeling like she knows about this, whether he knows or not, but um, definitely some type of secret will be revealed in due time if it's not already out there. Um, I don't know about together necessarily, but I don't see like them getting married, especially anytime soon. So yeah, they're engaged, but it's just like just to be engaged. And if it does end up working out where they do walk down the aisle or where she walks down the aisle, um, he's gonna find something to uh, make up some excuse to get out of it. Something's going to be missing for him. As far as his feelings for you, before I get into that, I will say that a guy that is back and forth between two women, they don't know what they want. Obviously, but and it takes a while for them to not necessarily figure it out, but it takes them a while to like just sit down and be with one person. Uh, okay, I don't know if I. So you have the death card, Angel of Transformation. No, it does not mean physical death. So please do not think that. Um, Especially newcomers with tarot, they'll probably start crying. Somebody's gonna die. I'm gonna die. It's not like that. Um, but death is about letting go of old and starting a new process, rebirth, new beginnings. Um, death again is also endings. I need to clarify that. Mm-hmm. Huh? Hmm. Okay, so you also got Four of Wands. It is a card of marriage. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be with him. I mean, with him and her, or you and him. But it is a card of finally being happy, being free to do what somebody wants to do. The freedom word here speaks really loud to me at the moment. As far as feelings go, I'm going to say this. I feel like the feelings aren't 100% there. Um, it's half and half. And the reason why I say this, Let me get my thoughts together. It's like I have thoughts, and then like as soon as I start to talk, sometimes I forget it right then and there. So um I feel like basically this is saying that they have to die down in order for him to really give you what you want, in order to really give him um there we go. So I feel like again they have to die down in order for him to give you what you want, in order for him to feel free to give you what you want. So it's just like one of those situations where somebody doesn't realize something until it's gone. Um mm, and as far as transformation, I feel like that's more validation that that engagement is going to end at some point. Um the relationship that they have may not end, but the engagement is definitely going to. And I feel like once that happens, you'll be hearing more from him. Um, but like I said, it's a situation where he has to lose something, which might be that engagement. She might be the one to actually break it off. Could be either or, but it could definitely also be her. Um, him losing that is going to take him back over to your side. And that's not necessarily a good or a bad thing. But mm, the high priestess also showing up, and I do apologize for this being kind of a blunt message here, but the high priestess can also signify that he would never just be with one person. Even though this is a third party situation already currently, this is also maybe saying moving forward that if you two start to communicate more and see each other, even if she's gone, there's always going to be some type of competition. Even when he's with just one person, there's always going to be him, you, and another person. So keep that in mind. And also, third parties with the high priestess, not only does that indicate third parties, but the three here, and I just realized something else that I'll get to. The three here, three of pentacles. Um, I'm just focused on the three on here at the moment, and that's just third parties. One, two, three. And then I just noticed this. There's I don't know if four might mean something. It may be in the future, maybe now, maybe just a coincidence. But Four of Cups. That card is a little messed up, but I don't know. Four of Cups and then Four of Wands. So I don't know what that's about, but it's definitely some type of synchronicity. Mm, four can either mean not life path wise, but for if you're looking like for some type of time frame, um, could be 4 months, 4 weeks, 4 days, or April, which is the fourth month of the year, or the fourth day of a month. So keep that in mind. Maybe it's just something for you to look out for. Or again, it just could be a coincidence. Um, so yeah, I would say mm, this is a complicated situation. Mm, and I don't feel like it's going to be something necessarily that you can hang on to any longer. Coming up, you'll maybe realize that, or maybe you already do and you're just not, walking away. The death card here. Also, if it's not, as far as what he thinks about you, again, those feelings are kind of dying down, and they kind of have to, in order for him, he has to lose something in order for him to think much about either one of you. Um, well, if you don't feel a disconnection, I'm not sure what I could really do about that particularly, but just telling you what is showing up here in the different messages that I'm getting. This doesn't necessarily at all mean that there is a disconnection. Again, like I said, he doesn't even know what he wants. So, um, I mean, that's possible when you have a soulmate or twin flame. I use twin flame very loosely, and soulmate as well. Soulmates are, this could be a spiritual connection. Anybody you have a connection with like that, it doesn't mean that you're always meant to have this person for the rest of your life or to be involved with them. So there may be a connection there, but soulmate, twin flames are actually more, a lot of people throw that word around, and I don't think people realize that twin flames are uh kind of toxic. So I just, soulmates can be too, by the way, but the thing with soulmates and twin flames is just we have multiple soulmates. So it's just, and they can't even be strangers or kids or pets or your parents. Different entities, different people can be your soulmate. I wouldn't say that, maybe my parents are my soulmates, one of my soulmates. But honestly, as far as, let me finish my sentence real quick first. But like, my parents might be my soulmates, but am I supposed to marry my parents? Am I supposed to be in a relationship with my parents? No. But as far as what to do to get them off of your mind, honestly, hmm, you kind of just have to give yourself time, really, because I mean, it definitely takes time. I've been there, but eventually I think about them less, or I thought, um, I'll think about them less. And there were days where I noticed I didn't think about them at all until somebody's like, hey, your ex is doing this and your ex is doing that. And I'm like, why are you telling me that? And these are people that wanted me to move on from somebody, and it wasn't helping me. So you just have to give yourself time. Um, I mean, honestly, that's what I did. So I gave myself time. And especially if you've been with somebody for a long time, you're not going to just stop thinking about them overnight or even, a few weeks later. Like, I mean, especially if you love the person and you've been with them basically forever, it's going to take you time. And that's all I can say about that. Because what I do, other things I may do to get people off my mind, it might not work for you. So, mm, I also tried to stay away from depressing music. That kind of helps during stages like that of your life, or like romantic movies or TV shows. I try not to watch them because there will always be something in there that reminded me of that person. Um, yeah. And then let's see, what else did I do? Mm, I can't really think of nothing, but those are some of the things that I did. Um, Also my readings, when I do my videos, you know, I would, that's how sometimes I forget about things, helping other people spiritually and with my gifts and the cards and all of that. Um, and then me personally, prayer, I feel like that helped me too. So prayer is not something that everybody wants to do, and I understand, but for me, it's something I feel like I have to do. Um, yeah, I kind of developed PTSD over the last year. Well, my a doctor told me though that it was probably from, it kind of triggered more last year, but based on what I told them my experiences were, um that's what they told me that it was, because based on those things that I did or things that I had to deal with growing up, it I held it in and I held it in and it exploded last year, and I was in the hospital for that, not like in a mental ward or nothing like that, but like I had like a heart palpitations very fast and very stressful night, and so that from that day on I kind of PTSD just kind of been, it's up there. So but when I say childhood issues, I don't mean like abusive parents or anything. I mean like bullying. I had it bad. Um and it followed me as I was an adult. So sometimes I get put into certain situations where I feel like I'm being bullied. So even now, but I was one of the kids in school. I hung out with people like, I guess you can, if you want to call us geeks. I'm not saying I was the smartest person in the world, but like what you would call, um, mm, let's just say geeks. But um, yeah. How did I even get on the subject of this? Realize I don't even remember how I got on this subject. Uh, I don't know. But in case if nobody knows, PTSD is post traumatic stress disorder. So it's mostly when childhood traumas or like you've been, who is going outside at 3 o'clock in the, oh, oh, that's my dad. I didn't know it was that late. He actually was supposed to be gone like an hour ago. Um, I've been at my parents for a while. Still have my own place, but I'm over there by myself a lot, so I come over here sometimes. Well, I've been here for a long time. Um, but yeah. So it was bullying. Um, it was really honestly, and then that situation that I had last year where I was in the hospital. Um, that was it. I think that I can think of. Oh, I've spent a little too much time with them, so it's time for me to get on back home because I do miss my space. I do. I've been here for a while. Like I'm talking to the point where I shouldn't even be in my apartment anymore. Hmm. How did I get on the subject of PTSD? I'm trying to figure out how did I do that. We were talking about something, and I don't know. Mm, I literally do not know how I got on that subject. I think I was using it as an example for something. Mm, hmm. This was a slow night. I didn't even know it was three something. That's why I was wondering who is opening the door because the door is squeaks, so I'm able to hear it. Oh yeah. Um. See, that's what I like. I have an issue, and it's kind of more apparent lately where there's something on the tip of my tongue, and as soon as I try to speak it out, I've lost the thought. Like I don't think that's normal at all for my age. I'm pretty young. I'm not young, but I'm not old. I'm what the hell am I talking about? I am young. I'm in my I don't know if I range from early or mid 20s. I'm not trying to channel a message. Um, no, it just randomly happens. I don't know if that's what that is or not, but like I'm saying, like in a normal conversation, like even if I'm not on live or I'm talking to my parents or my sisters or anybody, I'll just lose track of what I'm about to say right when I get the thought in my head. And then when I go to speak it, I'm like, what was I about to say? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not nowhere near the age to have dementia or obviously. I don't even know why I have to say that, but um yeah, dementia or Alzheimer's or anything like that. So the fact that it's happening, it's okay to happen sometimes, but it's been happening repeatedly for me lately to the point where I think I have a problem. So, I think I need to my nerves are actually pretty messed up though because like what I went through last year and then trying to move forward from that kind of hindered me over into this year. And so hopefully when we move forward in 2020, I can maybe not have this problem. Um, yeah, I probably need to see a neurologist because it's likely a nerve problem. And the fact that I'm up at, well, yeah, 3:13 a.m., that's been a problem for me too. And I don't have an eating disorder, but I do um from that experience I had last year, I was I had something to eat that had something special in it, and I didn't know it was gonna do that to me. Um, but when I say special, I think you know what I mean. Um, that was my first time trying that though, so um, yeah, and I noticed that I did. Obviously, I got hungry, and never will I do it again, ever, ever. No, I will never do it again. It was an edible, let's just say that. So, a brownie, if you will. And I was it took about 30 minutes or so to kick in. It didn't hit you right away. And when it hit me, it hit me. And next thing I know, I'm in the refrigerator, I'm in the cabinet, I'm opening sodas, chip, everything. And my heart starts beating really, really fast. And I couldn't get it to stop. I couldn't. And I tried to sleep it off. I didn't get to sleep. I said maybe if I go to sleep or maybe if I step in the shower or something. Um, um, I doubt it. I don't know because um, I don't even know. Um, and then the shower didn't work. Me trying to see if I can fall asleep didn't work. And so my last result, thinking I'm about to die, I just call 911 and I forget that when you call 911, but the police shows up too. So I should have just called the hospital. But yeah, I'm not sure, but I don't ever want to do it again. Again, that was my first time trying that. So maybe that's what it was. I wasn't used to it. Or it could have been something laced in it. But what is a kundalini? What is that? But I learned my lesson from that, so I'm not doing that again. It might have just been I couldn't handle it. I really do think I made a bigger deal out of it than it was. And now I obviously have a hospital bill for it. Yay. Mm. My anxiety mostly comes from then. Yeah, I've had social anxiety growing up and I've had anxiety growing up, but anxiety became a real, real problem for me after that experience. Um, like it's made me afraid of a lot of stuff. Like I can't even like like you're telling me to look that up. Like literally, I can't even watch certain stuff on TV anymore without feeling like I'm about to die. So yeah, I don't know. And even reading certain stuff like I don't know. I think it's anxiety for sure. I was prescribed anxiety medication twice for it. I never took it though because I don't know, I just kind of felt like it was best for me not to. I kind of used my intuition with that. But I do have anxiety, but I'm just not sure that I'm not saying I don't need medicine, but I feel like it's best for me not to you know. So yeah, that's that. Um, and then this year, or was it last year? I don't know why, but I kind of get my months and stuff mixed up. But um, uh, I'm not gonna say necessarily that I don't because I have anxiety too frequently. But I'm sure, like I don't know. I'm paranoid with medicine and stuff now. Um, because I had medicine. I was taking medicine for another issue for like I had an infection in my leg, and that medicine ended up making me sick. I had one of my kidneys weren't properly functioning, and my liver was kind of my liver enzyme numbers were too high. Um, so from that medication treating me for that problem for that cellulitis in my leg. So that's why I'm paranoid with certain stuff and decide not to take it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I wish you guys love and light, and thank you for tuning in. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow or what. Well, today since it's 3:21 a.m., gonna go ahead and get off and try to go to sleep. Wish you guys love and light, and that story is kind of making me a little exhausted, so I'm gonna get off. Goodbye.